beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it. These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Aurora Esports Week 5. We are currently in Week 6, but this is last week's game.
Is this
between the what?
It's week Yeah, it's week 6. This is week 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's between the Nessies and the Dawgs. Probably, I think everyone pretty much agrees right now these are the top 2 teams, right?
Yeah. At least in the power rankings,
Yeah. I think also in terms of the standings.
Yeah, the committee that does the power rankings, for what it's worth, they put Nessies, Dawgs, and the Red Pandas up in the top 3 spots, and they were saying that it could go in any order, really.
Oh, the
at
top,
this
yeah.
point. So
Yeah.
it's still a toss-up who.
But in my head, the Nessies beat the Red Pandas, so.
True, it was week 1.
Yeah, still counts.
Yeah.
Speaking of week 1, which was a long time ago, I looked back at all of the maps that these teams have played. One of these teams is on a 10 map win streak, and the other team is on an 11 map win streak. Can you guess which one has the longer map streak right now?
I think it's the Dawgs, isn't it?
Yes, because week 2, the Dawgs beat the C4 Chimps, but the Chimps won on King's Row, which was the second map, and the Dawgs won map 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So 2 and 3, and then both teams have won 3 of the last, or 3 matches in a row they've swept. But then the Nessies, week 1 and week 2, both of their games they won 3-2. So both teams have the exact same map differential right now. They both have only lost 4 maps.
It's gonna be an exciting game to be sure.
Yeah.
As we are about to go into map 1, which is going to be Esperanza.
Welcome to Esperanza. Initiating.
So what are you expecting from both these teams?
I think so. I feel like with the Dawgs, their strat is just Akua kill 5, right? That's just kind of Akua goes Sojourn, he gets a Mercy Pocket, usually from Herbology, and then just kills everyone. The Nessies are going to have to either shut down Akua, or they're going to have to get more picks before Akua starts popping off. And I think Vind and Lore have been kind of their big pop-off players. Also, Vikhoffs, everyone on the Nessies is good. But Lore has been getting a lot of early picks on whatever hit scan he's choosing to go, and then Vind, like, obviously is Vind, so he can, like,
The beast.
clutch any fight.
So,
Yeah.
what you think?
According to Scrimbox, so I scrimmed the Nessies just a couple days ago. They're down Vin, but they had Angel, but it was super tough to play as a support against it because they're just always on me. So it'll be interesting to see how this works.
And they also have Vikhoffs, who's like GM Genji.
Yep.
So he will just build Blade and just kill everyone.
Exactly. He's known to do that as you see Fruits going onto the fist and going super aggressive right away. And he's able to get the powered up punch from the help of the Nessies.
Kind of stabilizing here. It looks like Roar's looking for a flank here. Riddles goes in, looks for the punch, hits Flomdog, and they actually take him down.
Yeah.
And they're playing kind of slow, but I think that they...
Hayden falls
And
low.
yeah,
Riddles with 3 final blows this fight. He tries to look to get another.
So yeah, like Fruitals on this Doomfist is like probably his best tank right now. And he's been playing really well on it. I think Doomfist is getting a lot more playtime in general, especially once you get your empowered punch and you can, if you use your punch to find someone. That's exactly what he did to Flomdog there and was able to take him down. Doomfist is really early with these, like creating the space and getting these engages, and then Akua can also like, well, all of the players for the Dawgs can just move in on that space he creates.
Yeah, you see Fruitals going in really aggressive as Flip Flop is taking a cheeky off angle flank to just try to get something to work. As Fruitals punches Vikhoff, and he's able to get his ult from that. As he's popping up on the Doomfist right now, throwing so much space, while the Nessies aren't sure what to do. You see, Flip Flop does fall to Vikhoff, but it doesn't matter really. Religy's able to get the res on the Flip Flop, and they're able to cap.
Yeah, I think I'll get the cap here. Also, we heard the new voice lines from Fruitals when he ulted there.
No way, really?
He said you can't get me, and so we'll see if it's gonna say like that. But I could have sworn it was the new one.
Oh, me too.
Ult's coming up here, so we'll see. Roar has this pulse bomb here. You also have Blade coming out very soon from Vikhoff that should be able to get a lot of space here.
Yeah, Vin going in with Big House as he gets a really nice slam out of the support line of the Dawgs as well. Who does find Lure as Flip Flop is just trying to stabilize with the rest of the team. Big House does find Frutals on an off angle, and Roar and Flip Flop are just caught behind.
Yeah, Nessie's able to stabilize there, but just getting that first checkpoint is so big, especially this early. You get the early spawns and you kind of just get map control for the rest of this map. With these ultimates coming up, I think that with the Blade and with the... Well, there's going to be dueling Kitsune rushes, but I think with this Blade, they should be able to... The Nessies should be able to open this up here.
Slam comes in. It's the new voice line. Big House gets a huge 2k, even 3k Blade to follow up on the dive from Vin as well, which is very good coordination.
Yeah, if the Nessies can really keep their foot on the gas here, they might be able to get a checkpoint of their own. Yeah, so now that you have Akua with the overclock, you have Kitsune Rush, you have Kitsune Rush from both sides, and you have Val coming out, I think the Dogs are going to have enough ults to be able to kind of stabilize here and prevent the cap from the checkpoint coming in here.
Yeah.
Dog is going to have this beat. The beat could actually be really big here.
Yeah, it looks like the Dogs are going to try to go main just to try to stop the payload before it hits the checkpoint as Frutal punches on. Just to try to get a touch. the mines and the Kitsune Rush comes out from the Nessies as Akua tries to clutch up with the rest of the else that he has, really, in the overclock. As so many else are being used.
Yeah, so I really thought they were going to use the Kitsune Rush to engage there from the Dogs, but they're actually holding on to it. They didn't use that much. They only used the overclock, so now they have plenty of ults. They should be able to take back control here and win the next fight, especially with 4 ults versus probably just this pulse coming out from Lure here.
Yep, there's a Kitsune Rush coming out from Flip Flop to try to push off, but Lure's able to find Akua in the madness as Lure pulse bombs Vin, but it doesn't do much. Res from Kibalji is able to find Akua as she's just trying to keep everyone alive this time in need, but the Nessies are just trying to stabilize and just back up while the Dogs are trying. Ooh, the pulse bomb.
It almost gets Akua there.
Yeah, it's so close. Vin's almost got mines again. The Cow's able to find Kibalji with the Blade, but dies to Frutal's seismic slam. It is even. Frutals finds another on point. Plays from him as he just tries to TP out.
Yeah, I think Dogs are going to be able to take this fight here. Vin is still living. I think he's going to be able to get out here.
Vin might be able to get out, yeah.
Yep. It's actually really good that he's able to get out, because now they might be able to take this fight at the middle point here.
Yeah, they got the check.
Yeah. Hayden's ult's going to be really big here, especially because they don't have like a beat, they don't have a trance, they don't have really anything to counter this Kitsune Rush here. So if they use it early, they should just be able to use that momentum to win the fight here.
There's the Kitsune Rush, a defensive looking Kitsune Rush, as well as the pulse bomb from Moore isn't able to find anything because the Suzu, but Akua is able to find him. Is Hayden trying to take the 1v1 against Akua and is able to take him down. He just tries to get up, but he can't. Frutals falls low through Lure and Big Hogs.
And yeah, a lot of these fights are actually like really chaotic. With both of these teams being as good as they are, I was expecting a lot more clean fights, but there's a lot of clutch plays coming up. A lot of Akua finding Vin there was actually kind of surprising because it looked like the Nessies had complete control of that fight, and then he just takes down Vin.
Yeah, you see Vin looking for an early power driver to try to cause some chaos, but it leaves the rest of his team open as Akua is able to just walk forward with the overclock and find RiddleDog before he's able to get the beat off.
That's just embarrassing.
Yeah,
the rest of the Dogs are just going to be able to clean up the Nessies.
I think Hayden's going to get staggered a little bit there, but I think that's fine. And yeah, the Nessies actually are really happy with that because at this point, especially when there's only 3 minutes left, you took back the lead. So once you have that lead this late, you can play really defensive. You can play to kind of just control the space and try to just deny them instead of trying to engage fights. You can just kind of hold on to space.
Yeah, you see a lot of walls coming online for the side of the Nessies as well as Vin has another minefield. What he does look for now is probably looks for a Valkyrie as well, but Frutals and Flip Flop are just stuck on the enemy side of the map. Quality gets a
No way.
crazy res off on the flip-flop, but about to fall soon here.
As Bunny has told me before, there is a difference between a risky res and a stupid res. The fact that Kerbology got that off is actually insane. Kerbology is just limit testing right now with the reses, and it's actually working. There was the cleanup there, but like that was still a pretty fun res. Blade is coming up here. I think that's probably gonna be their win condition. Kitsune Rush should be able to get some space before that Blade comes out if they use it early.
Yeah. Continue our shot from flip-flop as Roar's also is not able to catch anything. The Cops does get fucked straight in the face, but he dives onto a Kua to try to knock the bus it's able to do. Rules finds Long Dog. As Vind is just trying to cause chaos. Inside the team, Big Hops finds a Kua though. He's on a roll, he's able to get quality. Possibly even Frugal Fruit gets a punch on him. With a Meteor Strike, he's able to take him down. Flip-flop gets her one. On the side. Oh my gosh, the punch! For his one.
These fights being this chaotic and just going on this long is really advantageous to the Nessies with their the lead they have right now. Because now there's only a minute and 30 seconds left, and they are starting to get pretty sizable ult bank here. Ku is really the only one from the Dawgs. Oh, it's almost a DC'd. Yeah, Ku and Roar are the only ones that are gonna. Oh, he requested it. Okay. Yeah, like beat Kitsune Rush, even the mines is it's a pretty big stack, especially with a minute and 30 seconds left.
Definitely. It's gonna be rough for the Dawgs. They just have to try to play for this overclock that Aku's got coming online. And just try to sustain the minefield and even the Kitsune Rush as long as they can. As we're gonna be about to be going back in.
And yeah, they're probably gonna take back, deny forward spawns from the Nessies here. Nessies are probably gonna try to fight around this high ground. I don't know if they're able to take it here.
Yeah, they do. As Roar is able to find flip-flop, which is a crazy pick, but Kerbology is able to get the res off. As Akua does manage to farm that overclock off on the Nessies. You see the Kitsune Rush coming out from Hayden, as well as the overclock from Akua. As Vikhoff goes in super hard onto the overclock, but flips up to get a nice headshot on the lower. Vind's able to pick out two.
Vind! I don't know if they're gonna get close from here. If they get close one here, that's huge from the Nessies.
No, they don't. Well, they might, because the rest of the team, they're fighting back on the enemy side of the point. Well, the bot is already up here.
And Akua gets taken down too.
Boom! Oh. Okay.
Aw,
Vind is able to
Vind.
pick off Liv somehow. In the madness as he's getting close to another minefield. Players look to get another pick off with the false bomb. Gets him to rush out. Not able to find anything with false bomb, but a touch is able to be gotten. As Vikhoff finds one. Slum uses lead, but Vikhoff isn't able to
There's
get it.
no way.
Res again!
What are these reses?
The minefield out from Vin, but it's so far in the back that doesn't really matter other than being able to sanction up and pick up Akua. It's just such a scrappy fight. They're surrounded from every angle by the Nessies, and they don't know.
The Nessies, I think they just need to take the resources out because Vikhoff is coming back with this blade here.
That's gonna be it for map 1.
So what do you think is going through their head when they hear when they see Vikhoffs in their face and they hear shing 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 shing?
They don't know what to do. Half the team probably haven't even played today, so they don't know what shing shing.
They don't know what these old voice lines are.
Look to balls to win a prize. What's that mean? You know it. They don't know how to react really, and with how much the Nessies are just surrounding the Dawgs, like in that last fight, they're not sure what to do.
Yeah, I feel like the problem is like if you look at Vin, then Vikhoffs will kill you. If you look at Vikhoffs, like Lure will kill you. It's like it's really tough to try to attack the Nessies because they just really don't have a weakness.
Yeah. It's going to be tough for them as we're going to be going to a map break here. We'll see you on the other side with the next hybrid map.
These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it.
Welcome back. After a very fun Esperanza, we are going into King's Row here. So Riddle, what do you expected coming into this map? What adjustments do you think the Dogs are gonna make?
So they have a lot of people moving onto different roles. You'll see here, as you see Silent Storm come in, as well as Fruitles move onto DPS, and Akua actually move over to the support. As the only change for the Nessies is Trebotron for Lumdog. I rung for Rory in this lineup before, and yeah, what they did was Akua Bap and Flip Flop Lucio along with the Rhino.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
And then, that's interesting. They're showing this Ramatra comp coming out from the Nessies, which I think that's pretty good on King's Row. I think the Junkrat Junkrat Widowmaker is going to be kind of annoying to play into. Yeah, we will see. The Lucio speed I think is going to be the win condition for the Dogs. If you can like speed onto the back line, maybe punish the Ana here. But then on the other side, it's like you just need your DPS need to get picks early and just survive through Junkrat spam.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. It's a lot more of a poke rush comp for the for the side of the Nessies, as when the Dogs are trying to rush into them, they're still able to. Flip Flop is able to take down Lord.
The res.
Yeah, they're not able to push fast enough. So a nice nade from Hayden is going to stop that aggression. As Silent Storm is trying to get out, but Vikhoffs is taken down by Fruitles. But Vin punches Silent Storm right in the face.
And let's see. They're actually trying to take this even without Silent Storm. It is really tough to push him without the tank here, but I think they're trying to just kind of control high ground here.
Vin just walks through Hotel past everyone and he's just able to punch Rory to death. But Akua is able to find Jumbotron as he gets the lamp off this. Flip Flop is trying to deal with Hayden the best she can. But another nice nade by Hayden is just gonna make the side of the Dogs scared.
And then yeah, Vikhoffs tries to go in there, probably trying to look for Akua there, and Akua just jumps up and then manages to kill Vikhoffs. I think with that, it looks like the Dogs are going to be able to take point 1. But it looks like all of the spawns are there from the Nessies, so they should be able to hold pretty close to this choke here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the Dogs are trying to get any early push, to take space, so they're able to hold arches here.
It's kind of dangerous to do that when everyone gets the close spawn. Usually if anyone gets like split spawn, that's really good to push on too, but since everyone got close spawn, I think they're playing a little bit more defensive here. We do have a lot of ults coming out from the
Rory
Nessies.
goes in. Super aggressive, but a nice lamp, but not able to stay in it. The window comes out from a cool to try to salvage the situation, but it's all too on. This Vin just keeps punching people.
And it looks like the voice lines are fixed now, so...
Huh.
And I don't know.
Maybe it's
I don't know how they decided.
push shenanigans. It's like how the in
Yeah.
the scrim codes, the health bars are all messed up. So
Yeah.
I'll have to hear from like Nort and them in this next map, which they're playing push if that's the case. But you do see a couple ults coming online as Roy looks for an early tire just to try to create space. As you see the Dogs are trying to take advantage of that space. It's Frutal's behind, but Laura's able to take down the tire, which is huge. Laura's able to pulse down with the fire strike. In the rest of the team. Soundstorm with the very aggressive charge. Makes him go nano, but you see Flip Flop going into the back line.
Yeah, Laura swaps onto this Cassidy. I think they're playing a little bit more to try to shut down this Tracer. Frutal's on the Tracer's giving them some problems right now.
Big Hobbs pulls out the blade after taking out Frutal's, but Flip Flop is able to just push him away. This click. Unlucky. Vind hops Annihilation, but a nice
Zoning.
helpless. Yeah, the zoning Annihilation. Flip Flop is so aggressive on this Lucio, but they're not able to really pin her down, really. There's a lot of ults are coming online while the Nessies have nothing to work with, really.
I think this Shatter is going to be really big from Silent Storm here. It's really tough to block on Ramatra.
Yeah, Rory takes down.
Might not
Vic.
even need it, actually.
The window from Aku is just able to soften up Vic, so Rory can finish him off while was just finishing off everyone else in the front.
Vin swaps onto the Diva. Honestly, I don't know what the point of the Diva is here. Maybe it's just appeal for the backline, try to keep your Ana more safe against this Tracer dive. But like, I feel like the Diva just doesn't get very much value against the Rhine, so the Rhine can kind of just keep running onto the backline here.
Yeah, you see Rory taking out Vickoff's again. Vickoff's not able to do much this map as Rory's just focusing him. Or takes down Frittles as Silent Storm is not able to catch anything with the Shatter. The High Noon does force everyone back. Powers Rory's out, but it doesn't kill him. Beat out from Flip Flop catches everyone on the Dogs as they push forward with everything they can.
And yeah, Frutal's playing Starbotron on the way out too.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh.
Not looking great for the
Flip-Flop
Nessies
is
right
slept. Yeah, they only have Nano, and it's,
now. I don't even think they can touch here.
It's gonna have to, yeah, they won't be able to touch. Huge stream.
What
with
an
22-second
answer.
timer. Yeah.
Losing map 1, going into map 2, that's exactly what you want to do.
Yeah, a lot of Esperanza, it's got a lot more high ground that you're able to be surrounded with. It's a lot harder for them to run that rush comp if they wanted to. But now that it's King's Row, it's comfortable terrain, they're able to do that even with this core of like a rush comp that they have with Silent Storm on tank.
Yeah, I feel like this is just a really good read from the Dogs to pick this map and kind of run with the comp they're running right now. We'll see if the Nessies are able to like find an answer for it. I'm very curious what they decide to go here. Yeah, that's what I thought they were going to do, is just try to mirror it the best you can. Turbotron going on to her more signature Lucio pick, I think is a really good move. And then also, like, I feel like there's less of an answer to the Tracer, but then you can also kind of not necessarily ignore the Tracer, but kind of just go around the Tracer and just run it down mid, try to run over the Rhine.
Yeah,
So I think this is actually a good swap from them. If they stay on this, they are still in spawn, but
yeah, it's hard to say. You do see Rory go over to the Cassidy from the Junkrat though, as he was able to do work on the Junk. It'll be interesting to see if he's able to hard pressure Vickoffs as much as he was before. As you do see, it looks like they're going to be rolling out on this double Shimada Bros rush comp that they've got going on.
I think it's more of a comfort thing. I think both of their DPS are very comfortable on the Shimada Bros right now.
Yeah. goes in really aggressive. He's able to get a nice recall out, but Rory eats the fire strike and some arrows. He's taken down. As Brutal's trying to find the rest of the team, but with where Laura is, he can't get access to Hayden really. Lamps out from Hayden to try to help Vin on the front line as you see Roy go over back to that jump trap. As
Laura is just farming right now on high ground here.
Yeah, Vin doesn't know what to do. He's just spinning in circles. There's a Tracer behind him. There's two in front of him. Flip-flop's taken down by Deflect.
Aurora is swapped back onto the Junkrat here too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think the Dogs are gonna.
He takes Charcoal Drop.
Oh. Lamp was a little bit too late there.
They still think it's winnable. Both windows come out. Soundstorm's able to pick off Hayden. What a nice, nice shot
there you
from Laura. Able to take down the rest of the team.
I feel like these extended fights are kind of becoming a theme today. It's like these fights are just going on for like an entire minute or two. Yeah, Laura just kind of took that high ground. He went on that angle and just got a ton of value. And then Vin is able to just kind of like control and zone out the front line so they aren't able to just free run on the supports. With this Shatter here, it's going to be kind of dueling Shatters here, so we'll see who gets some more value with their Shatter if they do decide to use it this fight. The Dogs don't really have anything else other than the Shatter. They might build the beat late in this fight, but I don't think they're going to have it. They're going to be able to use it this fight.
Don't have
so I think the big win condition for both teams is probably the Shatter here.
Yeah, it's important. As you see, Big House is possibly going to be looking for another blade here. Riddle's taken down early up on the right angle as he looks for a blade. Nice Lamp's able to come out. They're not able to completely kill it right away. The Shatter from Vin may not be needed, but it sends a message.
Yeah, I feel like, especially if you're playing against another Ryan, you don't know if you're going to hit the Shatter or not. I feel like it's not a bad move to use it. Like, I think they only had one pick at that point, so clean up a 4v5. I think that's a decent use of the Shatter. And then I also feel like just in general, if you don't have a Shatter, it makes it easier to block the opponent's Shatter because you're not having to like think about how you're going to use yours and how they're going to use theirs. This tire coming up too. I think the tire is going to really have to do with what the Dogs need to stabilize here.
There's the tire looking to go aggressive as Silence Rope just walks past Vin. As the window comes out from Hayden, it doesn't matter if Flip-Flop uses the beat, as long as all the firepower they're able to get from it, but Silence Rope just swings past it as the rest of the Superlands has to back up. Vin's taken down. Trying to get late staggers, but Hayden's hitting shots, so doesn't want to risk that.
Yeah, I think they are falling a little behind the pace of the Dogs here, but I think it still is actually looking pretty good for them. They did use a lot of ults going into that point there, but with only the window and the pulse here, there's a very good chance they're able to kind of go for a neutral fight here once those, if they're able to kite out those two ultimates.
Yeah, you do see Brutals come in from the side, able to get a nice stick on the Hayden, but Lamp is a cool ability, so it's not able to get anything, but it looks like the Dogs push forward so fast. They're like, who's there? Let's just go with him. Why not? Yeah,
Good charge on there from Silent Storm.
Lars on gets staggered, but able to get a couple meters.
And then now we're coming up on that blade and the Shatter again from the Nessies, so we're gonna see if they have an answer for that. Flip-Flop has got to build this this beat before the blade comes out, but she's running a little behind here, so I don't know if she's able to get it off in time.
Yeah, a really aggressive window comes out from Akua as they try to push off against it, but everyone's held up in bookstore, and the fact they have a Junker out the window right there is able to kill everyone.
Yeah, and that window's really good because I think they were able to kind of understand that they need more time to like build up this barrier so they don't just run into a ton of ults here. So that's really good at zoning them out, trying to get more time. And then now it looks like Flip-Flop is going to get the beat here, which is going to be really good against this blade.
Uh-oh.
We got there. What's he doing? What's he cooking?
Oh, no. Oh, he was cooking. Silent Storm does have the Shatter here, though. As you see Vic House go really aggressive with the blade, able to find Flip-Flop through the lamp somehow. Brutal's able to take down Laura, though. Brutal's behind. Man, just pick off Hayden and Laura. Vic health is low. Frittles has to try to get a health pack if he can, but the rest of the team is pressuring him out. But because of this, his team and like Rory is able to stave away Vin. Beat out comes out from Flip Flop as the dragons come swooping in from spawn from lurk.
Flip Flop actually dying there early without using beat ended up being really good because they were able to just kind of stall the fight out, and then Flip Flop comes back with beat to be able to win that fight. So that was very, very lucky that it worked out the way it did. Because if the Nessies had a little bit more target focus, they probably would have been able to like run into second point there.
Yeah, window comes out as they then tries to find stuff with Fire Strike, but a nice amp is able to the Shatter. The Shatter comes out from Vin as he can find 2 or 3. Coverturn using the beat just to make sure that this fight is not lost, no matter what. They want to cap second point.
Yeah, even with getting second point here, it's going to be a massive time making advantage for the Dogs here. Especially coming up on Window, Pulse Bomb, Shatter. It's going to be really tough for them to run into this. With 1 minute and 30 seconds left, it's probably only going to be 2 fights here. So if the Dogs are able to win this fight with only using 1 or 2 ults, that's going to look really good for them being able to hold on.
Yeah, Big House is able to buff through on the up angle is cool it does. As the Nessies just try to back up into the staircase, but it's able to take down more as Flip Flop was crazy aggressive versus Aiden. But only window used for that fight, which is massive for the
That's
side of the
huge
Dogs.
for the Dogs, yeah. The Blade is coming out, the Shatter is also coming out for the Nessies. So that's going to be tough, but honestly what they could do is they could just lose the fight that they Blade, because there's probably going to be they could afford to lose 2 more fights in this defense here.
Pulse Bomb was not able to catch anything. His Vic Comps is in, not able to get any final blows with the Blade, but Hayden takes down Doris. This takes him down in retaliation. Soundstorm gets a nice pin onto Vin, which is able to take him off with that. The Dogs are just going to be able to rush onto the rest of this core to get out. You see Vin move over to the ball as well as Hayden on the Moira just to try to touch and get something going.
Yeah, with the Shatter here, now they've lost the Rhine Shield. I think Sandstorm's going to get a really big Shatter here.
Nice shot from Laura. He's able to take down Frittles. Oh, with the beat. A huge 3-man Shatter from Silent Storm. That beat was almost cancelled, but Look was able to keep Flip Flop off as it should be wraps from here, bro.
So yeah, it's about how we thought it was going to go, back and forth.
Yeah. The Dogs looked dominant on their attack with, like, I want to say 3.5 minutes left on the clock as well.
Yeah, like that was a really good map pick from them. But now the Nessies are going to get a map pick, so I'm sure they're going to pick something that really works towards their strengths.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll just have to see how this goes, as we're going to be going to another map break. We'll see on the other side with the next escort map.
These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it. are the purest. Prove it, prove it. These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it.
Welcome back. We have now made it a best of 3 after each team has taken one map off respectively. So
Yeah.
going into this, we're gonna have Escort, and the next one is Koth, right?
Yes.
Okay. We've gone to Gibraltar, which I think is a pretty good pick from the Nessies here. Especially like on Esperanza, that high ground control is really important. So now you have a map where there's like a lot more high grounds here. You can have like Genji farming from high grounds. Van can go like Ball or Diva or Winston. He's gonna go Winston here. I think this really does fit to a lot of the strengths of the Nessies here. So I think this is a good pick for them.
Yeah, Vikov's known for that Genji. I think he's only ever played Genji here. So,
In Aurora,
yeah, I don't think he's ever picked a different character.
I mean,
and it might be like a second.
they're undefeated, so I don't know why they would change it up.
Yeah.
I believe I have pictures.
So, with
See.
that dive comp, they got going with the Genji. They're able to pull off. That's
We're
a
doing this my
good
way.
pick here.
Lure on Ashe, I think is good too.
Yeah. Definitely. You see Akua moving over to the Echo, which he is known for as well.
Yeah, I think especially with the Mercy Pocket, could get a lot of value here. And then
definitely.
Fruito's actually goes to Diva.
Yeah, he is an off-tank player originally. Before DPS, he was an off-tank main. So, the Diva is not an unfamiliar, like, territory for him. Well, as he tries to just push out the Nessies in this little room, as you see Flip up on the Ana where she can't do much healing unless they're in LOS. Able to pick off Vikovs though, which is huge. You see Flom maybe trying to go for the res. Oh. Did you see that? Lore is able to pick off Herbology though. Flom is not able to get that res off.
I think especially with the spawn this close, they just have to kind of reset here.
Yeah, Vin is able to get Rory as he's just in the back line. Fiddles was just trying to hold the box, but it is able to be taken down from the focusing beam of Akua.
And now Fruital should be able to...
Thor is hitting shots on this Ashe. Just crazy. A nice dynamite table to be almost onto Fruitals and Herbology, but they're able to stabilize this. Fruitals still waiting for that remap. Big House finds Flip-Flop, but Akua finds Laura in retaliation. Bob gets Fruitals. As it looks like Herbology falling is going to be a quick reset here from the side of the Dawgs.
That's another minute and a half fight. It just felt like the entire time was just trades coming from out from each side. It's like
Yeah.
Vin got a lot of value in the backline there, but then got punished for it, and they had to wait for Vin to get back. So a lot of ults are coming up here. The duplicates I think is going to be a pretty big one here, especially with like Nano and potentially Valkyr. They might be able to put more resources into this dude.
It takes down Flip-Flop early as well as Roar, which is crazy. You see Akua and Akua Fruitals on the gang in on Blue Box, able to take down Laura, but they're just trying to stabilize as much as they can. A huge Valkyrie out from Herbology as Akua tries to copy the Winston character, but he only has 300 HP, so he can't go as aggressive as he's trying without the rest of his team. He tries to send in the bomb, but Laura's on the high ground, and Akua's just waiting for his glimpse.
The Nessies still have Blade here. They also still have Valkyr. That might be enough for them to kind of just take back over this point here. Especially if they're able to find one of the supports early. Flip-Flop is really far away, so I don't think they can punish that.
There's the Blade. As he's able to get Herbology, Lord takes down Akua, which gets him another reset on his dash. Yes, they don't need any more, like you just said. They just needed Valkyrie Blade. You see Fruitals being staggered out, as well as Flip-Flop as well. Oh, Fruitals. Big House takes him out of his business.
And now they're actually... the Dogs now have Nano Blade coming up, so that might be all they need to win this fight back. Vin doesn't have Primal. I'm going to call it right now. I think Vin is going to Primal here, and he's going to be able to zone off Roar's Nano Blade.
I could see it, that'd be high.
That would be super exciting.
Yeah, he goes aggressive, trying to pressure out Flip-Flop. And Roar can't get the Nano because Flip-Flop's getting Primal. As Roar is able to find Slumdog, but he dies at cringe. Here's the fire. Nice shots from Laura, able to be
Where is
taken out
Vin?
Akua. Oh, Akua. Riddles is nanoed. This is red alert. They have to get something going as Big House is trying to dash out just to save his life. A nice bomb just to contest. But the sleep comes up from Flip-Flop. Well, as Riddle still has this bomb, but Laura takes down Quality. As it's just a shooting gallery for Laura, really, at this point. Bomb used by
Try to get Riddles here.
Ori gets Hayden, but Big House finds him again. And so that's gonna be it for Gibraltar here. As they're just trying to clean up Fruitals, really. Relative touches, but it's no avail.
Yeah. So now we have to see the fuller hold if the Dogs want to take this map. I feel like first point holds at Gibraltar are relatively common. So I definitely think this map is still definitely winnable for the Dogs.
Definitely, it was like right at the end of first point too, so
Yeah.
they just can't let that up.
I think right now the Nessies are doing exactly what they need to. Their comp is perfect for just controlling these high grounds. So what they can do is just clear off the high grounds, sit lower up there, and just have him just free farm. And then while he's doing that, Vin just cooks something up and kills the backline.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Vind is able to make a hit squad with Vic Haas while Blur holds down the fort as well, so it's
We're going
rough.
back to the Junkrat.
Yep. The infamous Gibraltar Junkrat. But the Kumo over Hanzo.
Don't think I like Junkrat on this map. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I don't like it very much.
I'm not sure. I don't play enough.
Yeah.
I haven't played Gibraltar. They don't have this map in Overwatch 2 in like quick playing comp, so I haven't been able to try it. So.
Yeah, I was thinking
Just
about that.
remembered.
Wasn't it
I
in
just
like
remembered
season
that.
1 or season 2?
No.
It's not in. That's crazy.
Actually, no. It was season 1. It was in season 1, I think. Season
Oh,
1.
it's been
I may have
a while though.
It's been a long time. But you do see Poodles moving over to the monkey. It's the flip flop. Rolls, make off. The nice headshot. Of course, able to find Hayden too. Some nice picks, but a crazy res from RiddleDog. Able to be gotten out onto Hayden, but
Nessies have to just reset right now.
yeah.
They could try to go for they could definitely try to go like under to try to like take that back the high ground like that, but running into them I think is just expose your backline too much, especially against like Akua with the Mercy Pocket. If you expose your backline, he'll just click heads.
Yeah, you see Vin move over to the Diva just to try to eat all the spam that the dogs have on the DPS line. So he tries to go aggressive on the Herbology, but just gonna resort to pushing point a little bit further. As Riz able to be gotten out onto Laura again.
And Vin is sneaking the card. He looks like he's forcing a rotation here, so now they've given up high ground.
Both Suzus.
So now the Nessies should be able to just take the high ground here.
There we go. Brutal's dropped, and then everyone else on the Dogs dropped. So it's just free.
And then now that they're up here, look for Laura here.
Yeah, a Dragon is able to come out. Ray's able to pick off big hops. But see Finn still contesting out the box to try to get his one if he can. Of Herbology, but it's not
They're
able.
probably going to stagger him out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Val coming out from RiddleDog. Nessies was trying to get Laura out. Oh.
I don't hate that. I don't know what else they would use the Valk for, but like using it to keep a teammate alive so you just reset a little bit faster. I think that's not a terrible use of Valk.
As long as Laura doesn't die right here and now. Yeah. It was worth it. It's gonna be worth it. You see Rory is looking for the tire as well though. As Fruitles is able to push off of that. Oh, Laura's
Laura
able to
gets
get
it.
it. That's huge. As Fruitles is playing really defensively as Vin is just walking on the back line on the box. Nice to see Laura take down the Kula, but an instant resurrect. Herbology is able to find a Kula. Flip-flop, as well as won the match from Hayden. This is just chaos. The fight's happening in like 3 different spots across the map. See Fruitles looking for the primal rage, just try to live and dislodge some people.
The Cops has the blade now.
Yeah. Bandit kills 2. The Cops is just on flip-flop.
They're gonna have the touch here. But I don't think they're gonna have enough to be able to win this fight.
It's just
especially with this
there.
blade coming out.
And
Yeah.
the Cops sees him. And that's gonna be it.
Touch.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It took them a while, but they got it done.
Yeah. As Nuttier says,
Get off of me.
if you as Nuttier says, if you cap first one, give your versus the Nessies, keep the replay code. They're just so comfortable in this map and how they have to play it as a team.
I feel like when they're attacking too, if the fight goes long or like it's just taking too long, eventually Vicoffs will build a blade and just be able to win the fight off of the blade.
Yeah. So we'll be going to King of the Hill next as well for Dog's Choice, so stay tuned for that.
These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it.
Welcome back. Map 4, Koth map. Nessies currently have a 2-1 lead. And it looks like the Dawgs are taking us to Antarctic Peninsula, or as Aurora calls it, Ant Map.
And a pen map.
And Pen Map,
Yeah.
which we were both very confused by. I think this is a really good pick for the Dawgs. They looked really good when they were running Brawl, and this is a very Brawl-heavy map, so I think this is a good pick for them.
Completely. You do see Silent Storm coming back in on tank, so it's the comp they ran on King's Row that's
Locked and loaded.
a lot more.
Who's ready to
And they look really good on it, so I think this is definitely a good move by them.
You can tell they're all focused because none of them are looking at the penguins when they wanted to look at the penguins.
I think that's a throw because the Penguins kind of like increase your team morale.
Yeah.
That's your morale boost you need going into the map. Yeah, we see pretty much the exact same comp that came out on King's Row. Roar has gone back from the Junkrat onto the Cassidy, but then we see the Shimada Bros, which I think was also what they ran on King's Row from the Nessies.
Yeah, on their attack, you do see Frittles moving over Ness as well as the wall comes out. But Finn is able to just squeak by past it, and as Laura's trying to take an off angle on point with Big House, as they're just going to rotate there. Lamb force from both sides as well. Or does find Hayden now in all of this chaos, but Big House is able to trade him back as he tries to go into Akua. Flamdog finds Soundstorm, but Akua finds it in. Big House gets another kill onto the Dawgs against Akua as he's trying to find another with Riddles as he does.
Yeah, I feel like Genji, especially when the brawl starts, everyone starts to get low health. Genji's a really good character to have that can like go in and just kind of like secure the kills on low health targets. So personally, I think with the comp is better from the Nessies, not the Nessies, the Dawgs. But I think Vikhoff's being able to just kind of secure those kills really turn the fight there.
Yeah.
The wall is going to be a really big win condition for the Dawgs here.
Will be as you see them going towards lower as Akua looks for a really aggressive window as Sandstorm's able to force the pin from Finn. He doesn't pin. He's just gonna get taken, but he has to do it to live. But so, good play from Sandstorm as that one was able to be used.
Yeah, that's what's rough about playing versus a Mei when you don't have a Mei on your own side, is that if the wall comes off and then you get charged, you have three options. You can dodge the charge, you can take the charge, or you can counter charge, and with the window there, it's like regardless of what Vid does there, he dies.
Yeah. It's a lose-lose-lose situation for him.
But now they have a lot of ults coming up from pretty much both sides. The window's the only thing that's been used, but I think pretty much all other 9 ultimates are going to be available this fight here.
Yeah, an early dragon come out from lower to try to push out from the wall, but Finn is frozen in all this chaos, and even though he got beat, they just murdered him so fast. The focus fire on the Dawgs is crazy. As the lamp is not able to be taken down, so Rory does not get the final blow onto Hayden, but he's able to get Flamdog still. So, only 2 ults used from the side, from both sides as well.
The early Blizzard pretty much won that fight. They were able to kind of like isolate Vin and just everyone focus down. But yeah, now the Shatters are coming out, so we're going to see who wins the Shatter battle, and then if they decide not to Shatter this fight, Vikhoffs is going to have a Blade here. Flip-Flop is going to have to answer it with this beat. If the beat is late or doesn't get everyone, Vikhoffs definitely could carry this fight here.
Yeah, aggressive window from Hayden to... But you see Vikhoffs trying to go in with the Blade, but Shatter from mid finds 4! Huge plays as Akua still uses the window to try to salvage the situation. But Flamdog still finds Riddles. Flip-Flop goes super aggressive, but it's not what's needed at the time. As the Ness is just going to clean up here after they use 3 ultimates versus the 2 for the Dawgs.
I mean, I feel like on this map, you kind of have to use multiple ultimates to be able to retake the point. It's really difficult to push into this, especially versus the Mei. But yeah, like, the ultimates are used, and now they have control of the point, but it is like a huge advantage for the Dawgs here. Almost a 40% advantage, even like well after they capped, so... we'll see if they're able to open this up. I think what I'm looking for right now from the Dawgs is to get a fatty shatty from Silent Storm.
Yeah, the wall comes out from Friddles just to try to stop the high noon, but Silent Storm is still there because he knows that it doesn't matter. As Finn goes for a really aggressive charge, but it doesn't hit anything because the lip.
Oh, the lip.
It hit the lip, so it wasn't able to travel down and hit anyone. This is disastrous as tools used from the Dawgs, the high noon and the shatter. And the Nessies are coming up on a lot of ults now in what should be last fight.
And looks like maybe the Blizzard gets built, but it looks like it's probably only going to be this this window coming out from the Dawgs here, so it's going to be really difficult to push into this.
There's window, there's one fire strike, there's two. Not able to find anyone now.
I don't know if they can touch here.
Yeah, Silent Storm trying his hardest. Nice block from Silent Storm. He's still able to touch Lord. Find Hayden all his cast, that's a huge thing. Lord does find a Akua though, both of the maps are down, but Finn is taken down by Fruitals. As Lore is still on the upper end, but Silent Storm finds victims. Flom falls. There's no more kills for the Nessies come in.
Yeah, I don't know if that was called, but that was a really good move from the Dawgs. They basically sent Silent Storm and Akua in to be the bait.
Yeah,
And
a beat. Really early beat comes up from Flip Flop. As well as a beat coming out from RiddleDog as soon as he gets here, but it only finds Hayden and Finn. And the Blizzard on point makes it so Vichovs can't kill anyone if they're just standing in the Blizzard. Or he does find Rory though, as it's just chaos on the point. Akua's fighting Hayden and trying to pick him up. Is the C9?
C9, no, with the ball and with the tracer, they C9.
Oh no.
Yeah, what I was saying there before the other fight was like instantly took place when I started talking is they had the Baptiste and the Ryan go low ground and just took all of the aggro, and meanwhile they had both DPS and the Lucio kite around coast. The group of three like touched the point and were able to get like 2 kills pretty quickly. So just split pushing there was able to catch the Nessies off guard, so they were able to kind of win that fight. And that looks like that fight is going to be that last point defining fight win.
Yeah, you do see Laura going out of the Junkrat, as well as Finn going over to his signature Orisa character. She was playing
This I think is I think this is the weird map. I feel like a lot of unorthodox comps can get run here and still end up working pretty well just because this is just an interesting map.
Yeah, you do see the Nessies are able to take early space though, as the Dawgs decide to go under. But Vikov just goes in by himself. He can't dive in by himself because the rest of the team can't put floor somehow. The DPS of the Dawgs just falls. RiddleDog falls low, as well as the lamp coming out from Akua, but it's housed from floor, so it should be even. Akua finds RiddleDog, as it's just banned on point with Takeoff's coming back.
Wait, it's still going. No way.
Flip flop. I love these long fights. Nice window from Akua was able to pick off the big hops, but Finn is just gonna LOS on the side of the point. They just need to dislodge him from there. They're just able to do something, but
Silent Storm.
they kill Silent Storm. Roar finds Hayden. Huge Terror Surge comes out, able to find Rory, but it looks like the Nessies are able to eventually win the fight.
We didn't have a timer going on for these fights. It's like it starts and then the fight looks like it's just in cleanup phase, and then just the spawns come back and they just the respawns are able to get picks there. Yeah, now the ults are actually starting to come up. Big one here I think is going to be Lore with this tire. But yeah, I think when you're defending here, it's so difficult to dislodge the defenders because this point is all about this high ground here. If you control the high ground, you can basically just control the entire fight.
Here's the tire coming out. It's just looking to punish Silent Storm because Akua knows. Lord knows that Akua's just going to use Lamp for himself. So it's just got to be an early regroup phase for the Dawgs.
Yeah, that was a really quick reset there. You lose your tank, you have to reset there. That should give them enough time to like disengage, and then now they're going to come in with some ults of their own here. Looks like there's going to be like 7 or 8 ults coming out. The big one here I think is going to be the Blizzard coming out from the Dawgs to see if they can open up with the Blizzard and with the tire maybe.
Silent Storm wants to force point, but he sees the rest of his team is up there, so he has to go back up as you see a continuing jump from Hayden. But the Javelin from Min is able to really punch him. Oh, a huge Javelin though, as he stops the pin from onto Hayden. But here's the Blizzard you're talking about. It finds two, and they both get both those kills. The window comes out from Akua just to clean up because they know how fast these guys can clutch up, and that they
Surely
just
this fight
need to
is
win
over,
now.
right? Surely this fight is over.
Vind is just
Oh,
standing
they got
there.
Hayden. Now the spawns are back.
The spawns are back. Big Cubs finds
Take off spawns
mid-tire.
one. No, that's it. Okay, now it's done.
Oh, right.
You got 95%. They capped first and they got 95% off of it. So now it's gonna be the Dawgs' turn to just hold this high ground. It's just so difficult to flip this point over. But since it was a pretty cheap fight coming out there for the Nessies, so now they have 3 huge ults coming out against a dry ult bank from the Dawgs. So if they're able to use these ultimates early and aggressively and find picks off of those, they should be able to flip the point back.
Now Tower comes up from Laura on the other side of the map as he's just trying to find something with it. As you see Vin going in from the side as well, just causing chaos. As the tag is broken by Silent Storm, which is really nice, but Silent Storm charges off. Could be big. Riddles is able to find Vin though, as should be in the cleanup phase.
Oh, we pause.
I have to do it once the fight is over. That's how this works. But they're still fighting. They need to stop fighting. Okay, there we go.
Is that the rule book?
Yep.
Unlucky.
Yep. So with how long these fights are, it's hard to do that. But even though Silent Storm did charge off the high ground with the assist of Vin's javelin spin, the Dawgs are still able to get some stuff done.
Yeah. I said it. I said with their ults they have to get picks, and they use Tire and they use Blade. They got a total of 0 picks off of that.
Yeah,
And
now,
then yeah. But yeah, it looks like the Dawgs are finally building up that ult bank. So I think they should be able to at least win the next fight. I don't know if they'll be able to like turn that into a point, like a mat. What is it? Point win.
round
Win. You're on it. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as they can get like a nice ult rotation going online and they don't blow all of them at the same time, they should be good. With how long these fights are going though, Hayden should be getting Kitsune Rush probably
That's
next
true.
fight at the end, if I were to guess. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. As the Nessies are going to call R, but the Dawgs are not ready yet.
A lot of pauses coming out from Vind.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it must be. Hopefully it's not a recurring thing. There are, as we're going to be heading back in.
And the Dawgs should just be able to go back on high ground here. Flip flop gets trapped. There he is. Okay. So yeah, they have to try dislodge here. It might not be a bad idea for them to play slow and either force out ults or just
Laura
try
doesn't
to,
know. Laura's clueless. As Rory's just flanking behind, but Riddles recalls right away. But nice trap. Rory's able to find RiddleDog. Yes, he's just doing close to use, but Vin's trying to get out with his life because he knows it's going to be hard to get another touchdown. If he falls, that's disastrous. It's 85%.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get Vikos or RiddleDog to get the touch here, but they do have plenty of time. I think they should be able to get this touch off. With the Kitsune Rush and with the Terra Surge, I think that also might be enough for them to like have a chance on this fight, but it's gonna be a big mess here. Touch from work, so.
We will see Silent Storm on the low ground looking for Shatter. A huge Shatter finds 3! Kills RiddleDog before he's able to charge up the V as well, which is Vin's able to be burned through his... Oh my god. Soundstorm's going on a rampage right now. He got a 5k. And he's able to clutch out. Silent Storm doing work on this Reinhardt.
Chad.
Yeah, on both Kings Row and Antarctica as well.
We don't even get to see third round.
No, we don't get to see labs. But, oh boy, we're going to push. Now here's time to test our theory if the April Fool's Wasteland will still be there.
Oh yeah.
It may be a small buff, technically, quote unquote, to the Nessies, as well as I heard Rory and Aku was saying before that the Genji ult voice line, you just couldn't hear it until he was already killing you.
Oh, because it's so quiet. Because he goes shing 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 instead of him like screaming in Japanese.
Yep.
So yeah. Map 5 banger.
Yeah, we may be moving into this pick.
Yeah, I think they might already be ready.
Maybe. Fucking.
Colosseo is interesting because I feel like Colosseo is another one of those brawl maps. So I feel like if they could definitely keep Silent Storm in and keep running with this brawl comp.
Yeah, I mean, they. Okay. Yeah, no. So, they have Silent Storm in on tank, and they win the map. They don't, and they lose the map. This Rhine rush comp is looking a lot stronger.
No, what it is you take Aku off DPS. Aku DPS is sandbagging.
It's sandbagging.
Backpacking, that's the word I'm thinking of. Holding them down. Put Aku on support.
Yep, it's been working. So it'll be interesting to see how this works as Trampotron is going to be sitting herself out as well for this last map, keeping Flomdog in. As well as it looks like the same comp from the Dawgs as well. Which makes, actually, I stand corrected. Interesting. Silent Storm will be moving over to the support over Kerbology.
Interesting. And then you're running flip-flop? Oh, Aku Aurora.
Yep, you're going to have a cool Aurora DPS as well, so they're like, if Silent Storm's in, we win. If he isn't, we lose. So let's test what we can get away with and put him on support this time.
Yeah. I think that also might be a sign that they're going to run Lucio here. Because I think if they were to run Mercy with Akua, they just put Kerbology in.
Yeah.
We'll see. So the Nessies are R. Are the Dogs R?
No. Yes.
No. Yes.
Yep.
So yeah, also you have Fruitles in, so I don't know if they're gonna stick with the Rhine. They might put Fruitles on like a different.
We'll see.
I'm sure Fruitles could play the Rhine, but I think it's very interesting to move Silent Storm over to the DPS.
The support?
Unless you're swapping off of, or over to support, unless you're swapping off of Rhine. I would guess like maybe a Ramatra, maybe Doomfist. Oh, Vin says Doom time.
Do they match the Doom from Fruit? Because I know he has been playing that a lot. Well, yes, that's a funny looking Doomfist.
No, I think that's him like calling them out. It's like, oh, I know you're gonna run Doom. Oh no, they're trolling right now.
They do a little bit of trolling. You do see Sandstorm moving out of Lucio as well, which I'm
running Lucio Kiriko, which is interesting.
Yeah,
with the Doom, I think that's actually not terrible.
They just want to live with the dive of the Nessies. They just want to live. Our bad boy sign's still in. We'll see. Nothing we can do about it.
I would guess they are.
My working theory is that it is.
Vind is cooking something right now.
Yeah. Early points, early back control out from the Nessies as Vind just goes behind. Turtles decides to go in on the Flomdog with Rory. But he's so disjointed, he's able to find Laura though after a nice punch. Flomdog falls deathly low, he gets a slider. But with Hayden being split, he doesn't want to TP onto the bridge because the nuke is there. It was able to be taken down.
Yeah, the dive was a little disjointed. I think Vin was looking for maybe like a displacement in the back line. Maybe they were expecting a brawl actually coming out. But yeah, the Doom was able to kind of just run under their back line while while Vin was sitting up there.
Yeah, you do see it's practically the same comps except different tanks as well. So the point of the backline is just to live pretty much and just absorb everything. Nice shots out from a Big House Genji dips and just rolls them over.
That definitely dies here, right? No, TP out.
TP is used, but he's able to Big House able to find Sandstorm as he tries to finish off the flop.
Now Flip dies.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be it. This fight. Riddles is still in. He tries to get Hayden, but nothing. They have a lot of ults coming online. Both sides.
Yeah, probably both blades are going to be here. Both tank ults and both pulse bombs are going to be out here. I think the big question is who's going to build this beat first?
Cool, Big House. The Genji dip.
A huge pick.
Oh,
there it is.
There's the weird voice lines. They're back. So you see Akua able to take down Big House and then RiddleDog as well, which is huge as they only need to use one ult when they have something coming online. But the Nessies did use ult bomb. You do see them going over to the Sombra as well just to probably stop the doom of Rufus.
Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good swap. It also is one of those, I feel like,
so many ults coming online as Vindy tries to look for a minefield, but Sandstorm reacts with a beat. Sandstorm is able to be taken on by Vin though after a while, but Akua finds Lord. Riddles tries to dive onto Hayden, try to pick him off, but Vin is popping out on the tank, on the wrecking ball.
Enemy here.
And yeah, Vikhoff still has this blade, and Silent Storm used the beat last fight, so now you're going to get pretty much a free blade here. And then by the time that blade is... Akua's already almost built another blade here. But once they... Like, after this fight, looks like EMP is going to be coming up soon, so they might have a really good ult rotation coming out from the Nessies here if they're able to win this fight.
Yeah, Kitsune rush out from flip-flop, but you see Vikhoff's going in with the blade. Riddles is hacked, but Vikhoff isn't able to find Sandstorm himself. Laura helps with that, but... Zuzu comes out from flip-flop just to try to protect Riddles as Rari and Aku's dealing with their own demons in the back as it's just Vikhouse on point. Flip-flop comes out onto Vin, not able to find any final blows, but Akua finds RiddleDog. Vin is fine flip-flop as you see Akua using the blade, able to find Laura. The Sandstorm picks off the other DPS.
Yeah, Akua finding RiddleDog really early, he was able to identify that the beat wasn't going to be available there, so he was able to get his own free blade. But yeah, now that there's looks like a lot of ults were used there from the dog, so the Nessies are going to have a lot of ults here. I think the beat, they might actually just use this beat to kind of sustain this fight here.
Riddles gets hacked.
No, it's not even going to need it.
He wanted to try to get out, but a nice hack stopped him right in his tracks. As it, the Dawgs are just trying to reset here.
Yeah.
Wait for Riddles, they don't want to give up too much space, but you see, Finn see this and he tries to get a minefield. Not able to find anything with it, but other than space. He's in, he gets a nice slam onto Silent Storm and flip-flop, but he's so low. He's just going around a huge EMP. 3 man, but Silent Storm, it's a really nice beat. RiddleDog used his beat as well, and Lord just TP'd out. He forgot to move his cancel hitter.
And yeah, looks like Dawgs have the cleanup there, actually. So yeah, I really thought with that EMP, the EMP got 3 people, everyone was incredibly low, and the beat from Silent Storm was able to keep everyone up through that EMP. So that may have been a fight-winning beat there coming out from Silent Storm, and now ult advantage has now gone back into the Dawgs' favor. Especially with this Kitsune rush.
You know how Vin just used his minefield? He has it again. And he decides to use it on the Kitsune Rush.
Gaming.
As Akua, it's a mine, but Flip-Flop is there to help. Tries to look for a tough map. Able to find Soundstorm, but Frittles finds RiddleDog. As the DPS of the Nessies are just zip-zapping around. Just killing.
Oh, I got Akua late there.
Yeah.
Now both blades are built and neither sound barrier is built. So I think a big thing is just going to come down to who uses blade first, and then whose blade is bigger. Because like if Vikhoff's uses the blade first and is able to get picks here, they should be able to win the fight off of that, and then vice versa for Akua.
Yeah, Frittle's going in super aggressive really early as well. He knows he's got Meteor Strike, so there's no point. You see Vikhoff's going in with Blade, able to find Soundstorm, as well as Rory. Both blades coming out. Akua's not able to find anything with it though. That's massive for Vic.
Is that like a 4K from Vic?
Yep.
Yeah. It sounds so much worse when they're both doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it looks like another like pretty empty ult bank coming out from both sides. Silent Storm I think is gonna have this beat here, and that might be good enough for them to win the fight off of.
Yeah, both Suzu and DP used by Flip-Flop just to try to live from lower, but Rory finds Hayden. He comes out from Silent Storm just to try to stave off the damage from the Nessies. Vikhoff still finds Silent Storm, but they're just gonna be able to stagger Wind.
Yeah, and then the beat was used, but now Flomdog's gonna have a beat, and then they're also gonna have Kitsune Rush coming up soon. So now I think that the Nessies should be able to win with their ult advantage they have here. As long as they don't have any early deaths come out again. I feel like they've been dying early a lot in some of these fights.
Yeah, you do see Frutal's also looking for that Meteor Strike as well. He's trying to pressure Hayden as much as he can, but he's so slippery that it's so hard. Rory's able to take down Hayden again, though. Plays by Rory. As Frutal's takes down RiddleDog. I think Slam Finn does take out the opposing Lucio, but they do not quite get the cap because
Yeah, they will get it here.
it does fall, and Finn tries to do as much as he can with that minefield, but Hayden's there to touch.
That looks like it's going to be the checkpoint here, too.
Should be. Ooh.
Yeah, there it is. And with the all-important checkpoint unlocked, now the close spawns are achieved, it's going to be, especially with only a minute and 30 seconds left, it's going to be incredibly difficult for the Nessies to pull it back on this map here.
Yeah, you do see Vin going over to the monkey though.
A lot of resources coming out, or a lot of ultimates coming up here, from both sides too.
Kitsune Rush coming out from Flip-Flop, as well as Vikhoff falls deathly low. Flip-Flop able to get a nice shot on the Vikhoff, that's huge! They can't use the blade, but Flip-Flop does fall. He's just causing havoc with this monkey, as well as it's just chaos as Laura is able to take down Akua. Riddles takes down Hayden though. It's just trades going back and forth, back and forth. As you see both DPS of the Nessies coming up on their ults here.
Oh, that's another thing, is that another one of the April Fool's things is that Winston occasionally will just say Winston. So I'm sure now that we are on Winston on push, we will notice that.
Actually, no, I don't think so. Because that was a balance change, wasn't it? Technically.
No.
Oh.
No, well, you'll hear it. Just listen to it and you'll hear it.
Oh, yeah. I see. Vikhoff!
Blade.
Vikhoff's finds Silent Storm, able to soften up Flip-Flop. The Lord can get the final blow on him as well as Akua. As Brutal's looks his Meteor Strike. Lord getting 3 or 4 that fight.
And they actually might be able to win this map off of maybe just one more fight here. The blade is coming out from Akua. RiddleDog has got to have a huge beat here.
Yeah.
If Akua gets even one kill with this blade, it might be enough for them to win the fight off of.
Early Suzu out from Flip-Flop, but a really nice beat out from Silent Storm. He's able to keep everyone else up except for Flip-Flop. But
Is that Ajax?
RiddleDog. Did they Ajax? That was crazy. Vind does find Silent Storm though. As Akua's just trying to kill Vindus. That's it. The Dogs have done it. The Dawgs have dethroned the Nessies.
First loss of the season.
Huge
So now
plays.
the top 3 teams now all only have 1 loss each. Vind, no dude mirror.
Huge plays from everyone on the Dawgs. Like Aku able to get that Ajax as well. That was crazy. Is now we're gonna be having to try to figure out the MVP, and I think I know who I want to give it to.
I know who I want to give it to. I want you to say it first, and I'll tell you if it's the same one that I.
Is it Silent Storm?
Yeah, Silent Storm, undefeated today.
Yeah. Exactly. Able to do so much work on the Reinhardt comp on King's Row
And then swaps
Antarctica.
over to the Lucio, and then he also had a really good performance on Lucio. A lot of really big beats there.
Yeah. Really, really good performance for him as we're gonna get him in here.
Maybe a sleeper pick, but definitely performed well today.
Yep. I'm gonna steal him now. Hello.
Hello, Silent Storm.
I
Do you know why you're here?
no.
Well, you're
I
gonna help pick the MVP. I'm kidding. You're the MVP
Oh,
for your
yay.
team.
Hooray!
Is this your first time winning MVP?
Yes.
That's awesome. Nice.
Usually, Fruitles with his being Fruitles gets the MVP as he
Yeah.
plays all the Doom and the DPS. This is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like your team has a lot of like star players, but like today, it's every map that you played, your team won, and every map you were out, your team lost. So
Huh. Yes.
It might be something there. Might be cooking something. So a big question I want to ask you is going into this match, knowing you're going to have to play against gaming warlord Vind, how did you mentally prepare to have to play Reinhardt versus Vind?
Well, I didn't know Vin's pool, so I didn't know that I don't know. I didn't prepare at all, I guess.
Don't overthink it.
I didn't overthink. I'm like, I have a hammer. He has a hammer. We're gonna go and hit each other in the face with a hammer. And
Yeah.
that's what we did. I just hit him harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well done by you guys to be able to dethrone the Nessies as they were undefeated going into this as well. So, good job by you. One question that I have was how's the Lucio feeling moving over from the Reinhardt to that Lucio towards the end? Were you skeptical?
Oh no, that's actually one of my other roles on the team.
Oh.
Usually, especially last season when I was with Lambeau, I was relegated to Lucio duty. I used to play a lot of Lucio. So usually there have been a plethora of times, usually like a map 5, where how things are mixed up with like SR, where Akua can't be on DPS when I'm on tank, or the SR, we hit the cap. However, I can always go to support and be a Lucio. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
Another thing I was going to ask you is I feel like pretty much at map to map, you guys ran a lot of different lineups with like your players on different roles. Is there anything that we haven't seen yet that you guys are still cooking up? Like any sort of weird like roster you're running?
I don't know. Oh, usually the rosters we move around is based off of like who needs to like playing. So usually like me and I don't really know.
You don't have any like big brain rosters you have in your back pocket that you haven't shown yet?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Ghostik would know. Ghostik would actually know that.
Mr. Manager.
Mr. Manager would know the what hidden comps we have.
Yeah. So, the last question for you is El Clasico. If you were not to be MVP and you had to give it to someone else on your team, who would it be?
Probably Flip Flop. Because she was playing on her brother's computer and her brother's getting kind of ticked off that she's taking way too long. So I'd have that just so that she would be stuck here and take her brother off further. But in all honesty, she is always like the backbone of our team. She does not get enough credit for what she does. She's definitely always the most vocal person. Especially usually Curb is in a bit like a public place or like dorming with somebody, so she has to be on mute. So if I'm not in on the support line, most times she is the only support talking, and as such she has a lot of role calling. So definitely one of like the hidden heart in the team. She was also the person that peer pressured everybody into getting the cute Mercy's icon, except me, because I didn't have 20 minutes to do that.
Fair.
Nice. So, congrats on the win as well, as you're going to be going against the Roseville Raiders next week, I believe. Well, so
All right.
I wish you luck with that. And
I don't know who anybody is. I don't know who's on that Rose. I see red pandas.
what do you mean? You're the Oracle.
You are the
Shield.
Oracle, you're right. I forgot.
You're right. Yeah. I just decided. I still don't know how that happened. Apparently I just got a ton of round 5 just perfect.
Oh,
Or
really?
something. Yeah, not perfect. It was not like an actual perfect round because there's more than 9 picks. All I know is that when we were going into the 4th round, I was at 2 points, and within rounds 4 and 5, I somehow accumulated 7.
Oh, God.
I had stopped watching by then because I had to go to dinner for like for a Japanese like community thing that I was part of. But Flambeau told me at the end that I won, and I was very surprised.
So you don't know any of these people, and you're like just picking teams for them?
Yep. I asked Flambeau occasionally, like, because I told him that I originally on the thing had him being with Corey, and he's like, he told me just last, there's no way Corey's gonna pick him. So usually, like, Flambeau helped me like figure out who people would usually be playing with, and with like some revisions, definitely helps a lot.
Nice. So,
But yeah, I joined this league last semester, with Flambeau. Flambeau pitched it to like me, Teddy, and Yak. Wait, no, Yak was in this league for a while.
no, he came in, you were a free agent while he was just in on the draft. Same with Teddy.
All right, I know that we were all on the same varsity Overwatch team, and he pitched that to us. I'm like, that sounds fun, and it just happened to be free agency, so I joined.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, glad you're here joining us. So, congrats again on the win, as I think that should be it for us here.
All right.
All right. So, this is RiddleDog signing off for Paninii. Have a
Good night.
Hope you all have a good night.